The lovely folks at the Queensland Writers Centre have asked me to answer a few questions about the craft of writing. I'm going to be doing a masterclass workshop in Brisbane for them, so this is kind of a happy prelude. I would like to mention quickly and apologize for the amateurish quality of this video. The Queensland Writers Centre are professionals. Jack Dann is a wild and crazy author with a laptop on his lap. So, again, apologies. Okay, first question, and I'm reading. What are your top 2 tips for writing short stories? Question mark. All right, there are 2 things. One concerns point of view and cartography. I see a lot of stories, and a lot of them are very muzzy. And the reason, 9 times out of 10, that they're muzzy is because the author has not chosen a point of view character and stuck with that character. What I mean by cartography, a story is really a map, but it's from the point of view of your protagonist, of your point of view character. So you've got to know, what does he see? What does he hear? What does he feel? What does he think? What's going on behind him? What's to the right? What's to the left? Stage right, stage left. So it has got to be done, in a sense, like a movie. And it sounds very simple, but it's a mistake that many writers make. And that ties in with another tip, which I see as a problem with many new writers. And that's what I call dream writing, in that the characters are doing things that they would never do in real life. They're reacting in ways they would never react in real life. And the author simply hasn't really put it in perspective to think about it. It's the idea, well, this is flowing and it's coming out of my head and it must be brilliant, right? No, it's basically notes. So, again, those 2 items, that's a 4-hour talk, but that's what comes to mind. Next question. What's your top tip for identifying a market for your work? Well, although I cross genres, I've worked, my great love is speculative fiction, science fiction, fantasy, magical realism. First of all, I know most of the markets because I've been around a long time, being an old guy. But my advice would be to get a subscription to Locus magazine. That's the trade journal for speculative fiction. Other genres have their own trade journals. The other thing I would tell you to do, if you happen to be writing in a genre where there are gatherings, with speculative fiction, there's conventions, you learn a lot about the markets. And of course, find the bloggers who know what's happening, but you've got to approach it professionally, as a job, as a small business. And so you go about it in just that way. When in doubt, or if you're not in doubt, utilize your Writers Centre. They will have people who will be able to push you in the right direction. They will also have the resources to help you determine what your best market might be. Okay, lastly, can you give us a small exercise writers can do at home to help improve their short story writing? Well, I'm not a big exercise guy when I do workshops. Now, of course, saying that, I'll probably come up with 14,000 exercises for my next workshop. But there is something that I did, which is how I taught myself to become a writer. And I think the way to do it is to viscerally feel how writers work. Pick your favorite writer. Take a book off the shelf, sit down with a pad of paper, and copy the lines. Transcribe line by line. And you will get a sense, by doing that, of the rhythms, and if you do enough of it, of the shaping and the style. Okay, that should do it. If you have that restless urge to write, i.e. you're a masochist, you're welcome to my workshop. All right, folks, thank you.